Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video on the Infinite Baffled channel. My name is Niall and today we've got another very exciting interview to bring you from the Ascot Hi-Fi Show at the end of September. This time we sat down with the guys at Devialet, more specifically Phil Rose, who I've got to say another massive thank you to for sitting down and taking the time to speak to us. I mean, Ascot is a super busy hi-fi show, so for these people to give up the time to talk to us is a real privilege. They've got a lot of knowledge to share and I'm sure you guys will find this really insightful. If you do enjoy the video, as always, leave a thumbs up on it. Make sure to put any questions in the comment section down below and subscribe for weekly hi-fi content. I do have to mention, just like in last week's video, do bear in mind we're at a live hi-fi show here. There's a lot of activity going on, so there will be bits of background noise, but I think, you know, sacrificing a bit of the audio quality is worth it for getting the insightful knowledge that we're getting from the guys that we're speaking to here. So do bear that in mind, but without any further ado, let's cut over to myself and Phil at the Hi-Fi Show. Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video on the Infinite Baffle channel today. I'm thrilled to say that we're joined by Philip Rose here of Devialet here at the Ascot Hi-Fi Show. Really excited to just take a look at some of the new things that Devialet have got to offer, the new ultimate speakers that have recently been released as well. Philip, do you just want to introduce yourself and your role within Devialet?
Yeah, thanks very much for joining us this morning.
No problem.
Phil Rose, Head of Sales for the UK and Ireland at Devialet, and very proud to represent Devialet for the last 4 years in the UK market. Perfect.
Yeah, Devialet is a brand that we've got a bit of a history with, the Phantom being a super popular product. It's one that we absolutely love. Is there a bit of, when did you start with Devialet, a bit of a history on the brand and where it all came from? Because the Phantom was the first I think I heard of it. Was that where it all launched?
Phantom was a 2015 launch, but in reality the foundation of the company is around 2007.
Oh, okay.
Day one of the company, if we can look at it that way, was the origin of the ADH technology.
Okay. Yeah.
That's really fundamental to all products in the range now. ADH, for clarification, is analog digital hybrid. It's the hybridization of analog amplification and digital amplification to get the best of both worlds. So it was 2007. Expert launched around 2010. That was the original integrated amplifier, and then Phantom came in 2015. I
think that was probably the time where I first started entering the hi-fi world, to be honest, so that would have been my first experience. And I think that when I first heard the Phantom, it's very unique in its sound. I don't think I'd ever heard anything really like it at that time. And even now, really, the low end is so exceptional. You know, it's very much a standalone, unique kind of sound, I would say.
Yeah, it really, Phantom really embodies what Devialet is about. I mean, as a business, we believe in the power of transformative sound and allowing people to access really emotional listening experiences. And I think when you discover Phantom for the first time, or whether you sit in front of a Phantom that you've owned for many years, it truly does still deliver that emotional experience.
No, and the design as well is very obviously unique. It's not something that I would say is usually, when you think of the audiophile world, it's not a very audiophile looking product. They're super modern, very sleek, very standalone. When you see a Devialet product, you tend to know it straight away, if you see what I mean.
Absolutely. I mean, if we asked you to draw a picture of a speaker,
you wouldn't draw a Devialet.
99 times out of 100, you'll draw a black matte box. So, you know, Phantom, based on Olsen's principle and the belief that a sphere or a spherical shape is the ideal shape for a speaker in order to avoid diffraction on the surface of the speaker. So very unique before you've even turned it on.
So the couple of new things that Devialet are showing off at the Ascot Show this year, we've got the Astra, which has replaced the Expert amplifier a year ago now, roughly, and we've also got the brand new Ultimate Edition Phantoms, which I think is the brand, you know, the really exciting thing that you guys are showing off. They come in a couple of new finishes, right? We've got the, is it the Forest Black, is it called? Is that right?
It's Deep Forest.
Deep Forest, sorry.
So we've moved on from the traditional matte black, and we've added a really nice subtle green tint. Yeah,
this is the first time that I've seen it in person, and it has got a kind of it looks different in different lights, almost like when I've looked at it from different areas of the room, it kind of has a different kind of shine to it almost, I'd say. Yeah, they're very nice.
And it's the same for the Light Pearl edition, so instead of purely matte white, Light Pearl has this like ceramic sort of tinge to it, so it's it's a little softer than the brilliant white or matte black. So again, it's another point of differentiation for Devialet and for Phantom.
Fantastic. And in terms of the actual upgrades from the original Phantom, what's actually been changed from the original?
There's so many. I mean, you look at it
in a nutshell.
Yeah, and I'll be brief, but there's so many. When you look at it on the surface, it obviously has similarities in terms of the aesthetic shape, but we've kind of kept that.
It looks smaller to me. Is it a little bit smaller?
It's very slightly narrower.
Yeah.
And that is a good place to start.
Yeah.
So the woofers are brand new. You'll notice a subtle difference that there's now no dust cap.
Okay. Yes.
So it's allowed us to have a new fixing mechanism, that new suspension system, less stiff, and reduce the depth of that woofer by about 24%. So it looks a little bit slimmer, but otherwise it's a form factor that's very instantly recognisable.
They look great on the stands as well with the little. You'll see some footage in the video now, all being well, of the Ultimates on the little tripod stands, and they look fantastic. Really nice. And you've still got the Opera edition as well, right? That's continuing on the Opera de Paris.
Yeah, still got the Opera edition. It remains purely matte white, but with that beautiful hand-applied, moon-gilded gold leaf on the side, and it's very celebrates our relationship with the National Opera of Paris very well.
Very nice. In terms of the sound, I assume we're still sticking to like the core principles of what you'd expect with Devialet, that kind of booming low end with everything else supporting around it. Is that fair?
It's still signature Devialet sound, but with some refinements in there that's coming from multiple angles. So primarily it's a new generation ADH. I mentioned ADH originally, but this is a new generation. It's more efficient. It's more predictive rather than reactive, so it's allowed us to unlock a higher frequency range, so we're now up to 35 kHz. So we've noticed in the higher frequencies just more relaxed, more natural.
Yeah.
But yes, it's a sound that people would recognise, but we believe, and after spending a few weeks listening, very much enjoying the new product.
It's a difficult task for you, because as I say, I think I mentioned at the start, Devialet's got such a signature sound, and with the Phantom being so popular, I imagine it was almost like you don't want to rip up the rule book, do you? You almost want to just build upon what is already a really great sound almost, and kind of elevate that to the next level, I guess.
I think you have to stay true to your values, and I think with Phantom Ultimate we've done that and more, but also Phantom Ultimate is a representation of what we've learnt ourselves in 10 years. The original Phantom was 2015, this is 2025. In a 10-year gap, we've learnt a lot, so it's brand new on the inside, and that's from those technologies, but also through to the software. So it's running on now DOS 3, we refer to it as. It's a new CPU that's unlocked the new companion app, which has 3 times as many audio modes as the previous. There's now a 6-band EQ. We've now added in Tidal Connect, Google Cast. So there's
lots of ease of use kind of stuff, like using it day to day, which is really cool.
Yeah, exactly.
So just a massive thank you again. The room here looks absolutely fantastic. Like I said, we'll show off the new Ultimates and a bit of the room. But no, Philip, thank you really much for taking the time. I know it's obviously a super busy day with everything that's going on. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure. Very welcome.
Thank you again, Phil, for giving up the time. I think you guys will all agree there's a lot to be excited about when it comes to Devialet at the moment. Again, any questions that you do have, leave them in that comment section down below. Leave a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video, and we'll see you all in next week's, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.